Hey there, impactful ones. I am so excited to chat with you today. Today, I'm going to be talking about 3 reasons that your content is not converting and how we can change that right away. So if you're watching the replay, thanks for joining us. If you're coming on live, I'd love to say hi. So take a moment to say hi. So I've been really intentional about wanting to do more Facebook Live. So here we are. It's funny because when we set an intention to do something, at least for me, some days I have resistance around that, right? Like some days I just don't want to do it. And today, 30 minutes ago, I was like, I don't know if I want to do it. And then I was like, I'm doing it. And I pumped myself back up. And here we are. So I just want to let you know, like, if you ever feel that way, totally normal, okay? Totally normal. Hey, if you're coming on, be sure to say hi. So today we're going to be talking about some of the things that we can do to help your content to convert better. And one of the things that I see a lot of entrepreneurs doing is that they're spinning their wheels. They're trying to implement 30 strategies that are all way too complex for the business that they're running. And what happens is we get so into the awesome tools, bells, whistles of online marketing that we sometimes forget that the things that really, really make a huge difference and that are the foundation, because they are the rock and they are the things that hold up your business, are the most important things. So let's get to the nitty gritty of what that looks like when it comes to content creation, because I think a lot of these things can be really basic, but yet can also be super, super impactful. So put a 1 in the comments if you've ever felt this way. Have you ever put up a post, put up a promotion, and you get crickets and you're like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? Right? Or what did I do wrong? And total hand raise here, because I've had a ton of these in my business. I'm not saying that to be oh, I suck as a marketer. I'm saying that because it's the honest truth. Anyone who is playing this game of running a business, if you're expecting 100% batting average, you are going to be really utterly disappointed. You have to take risks. You have to get out there, even if they totally fail. Totally normal. Sammy says yes, and a face palm. Love it. Hey, Amisha, how are you? So let's get to what are some things that you can do to just make sure. And I would honestly, I would put this as a checklist, where it's visible, where you can see it. Anytime that you're creating content or doing a promotion of any kind. What does she say? And then sometimes post, I'm not sure about takeoff, like this morning. Exactly. Sometimes we're like, should I even be posting this? That happened with my HelloFresh post yesterday on my personal page. We just got an order for this thing called HelloFresh. It's like a meal delivery thing. It was the ugliest picture. I almost didn't post it, but I was like, I'm just going to post about it. It's not a big deal. And I've had so many comments on it. And of course, it's not business related, but it was one of those posts that my gut was like, I don't even know if I really want to post this. And I did it anyways, right? And it's just like what Sammy's saying. Sometimes that taking the risk is really important so that you can see what are people attracted to, what are people wanting to talk about. And that showed me hey, I can show more of my personal life, and that's okay too. So I'm going to go over the 3 things. The first thing that you want to look at is your messaging in alignment? So when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about we're not talking about woo-woo alignment stuff. We're talking about, does it make sense? So let's start with the end in mind, right? What is the thing you're selling? If you're really, really clear about what you're selling, and you go to post about it, is the person that you're selling to, is the messaging right for where they are right now? Does it paint the picture of the solution? Does it talk about the pain points and meet them where they are? And when I say pain points, sometimes people get really squirmy about that. They're like, but I don't want to cause pain for them, like, or I don't want to be pushy or rude or manipulative or whatever might be coming up for you. If those things are coming up for you, number one, let's work on some mindset stuff around marketing and selling. Super, super important, because we need marketing and sales in our business, and we can be the most loving, caring people in the world. And yet if we're not, and also the best at what we do, at our craft, and if we're not good at selling, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to serve our people. We're not going to be able to make the impact that we want. So I think number one is the mindset around, hey, let's be okay with selling and marketing. And number two is actually call out the pain points. And one thing that I do personally when I am talking pain points, I totally do sympathy after. So like when I asked you, and I'm just going to totally reflect that I'm modeling this right now. When I asked you, have you ever posted and heard crickets? I was the first to admit that's happened to me, right? And if I didn't say that, and like, number one, that would just be a freaking lie, right? And so that's number one. Number two is like, I'm meeting you where you're at, right? I'm not trying to say like I'm this high and mighty, like perfect marketer that aces everything I do. That's just not real, and it's not reality. And just like Sammy is saying, everybody has pain points, right? And your ideal client likely was some version of you in the past, right? So just being aware of having sympathy around it, and using just being real and being honest in your marketing is going to take you so far. Okay, so the first one is your messaging off, right? We want to meet people where they are. We want to make sure that we're talking to the pain points. And then number two is, does the thing I'm selling actually correlate here? So a lot of times we're not being intentional about what we're selling. So what I want you to look at is look at the posts that you have for the week. Ask yourself every week, like, what am I selling? Because if you're not selling in your business, you're not going to be able to generate sales and income, and therefore you need to be selling something all the time. And I know the question came up earlier this week in the Facebook group, like, I know I've been told always be selling, but like, I don't know what percentage of my posts need to be selling posts and all that. And I want to just talk a little bit about my point of view on that a little bit. So I think that we are always selling something. You know, I was talking about my HelloFresh thing yesterday, and although it was not a selling point post, I just literally posted a picture of the box and said, what are your thoughts on this? Have you done it? We just got it, right? What am I selling there? I'm not selling anything related to my business. However, I am showing you, or, you know, whoever is watching, that like, hey, I'm a normal human being. I eat, I want convenience, I want, you know, there are values that I'm showing through the post, right? I do enjoy cooking. I love cooking. That's a value of mine. I enjoy family dinners, right? Like, those are all values of mine. And although I'm not technically selling something, I'm showing you a part of who I am. And therefore that is what we're selling. And so I want you to change the way that you look at sales as only like the hard close, to like, everything that you do in your business is moving people towards or away from you. And that's okay, right? There might be somebody who's like, oh my gosh, that girl is an idiot. Why would she waste money on doing something like that? Or, you know, why doesn't she just go out to eat, or whatever? Like, whatever it is, there are people going to love it. There's people that are going to hate it. And so just being okay with you, and that's why I talk about mindset a lot, because being okay with you is where it starts, so that no matter what people do, hey, Angela, no matter what people do, you are still true to yourself. You love yourself, and it's not about you, like you trying to gain approval from people. When you want to have more connection calls, do you literally say that in the post, or is there a roundabout way of saying that without being so blunt? So it depends. For me, connection calls are not sales calls. They're literally just me talking with people. So I'll use, I hate to say use those, but like I will talk with people. I will just private message people if, like, let's say we're around the same pace in their business and I want to connect with them, or I think I might be able to help them, but I'm not sure. Or they're an influencer and I want to see about maybe doing collaborations or something in the future. So it really depends on, what type of call it is. A connection call for me is never a sales call. So I will usually just private message people for those because they're really like, chill. For discovery calls is what I call, and I don't know if that's what you mean, Sammy, but discovery calls is what I call like a call to see if working together is a good fit for both of us. And when I do that, when I ask for discovery calls, I literally just ask for them. Like, there is nothing wrong with asking for the thing you need. Absolutely nothing, right? If you want discovery calls because you want to sell one-on-one, go ask for discovery calls. And in fact, go ask for one-on-one clients, right? Right now, I have been talking a lot about my Profit Boost assessments, and I've been really open about the fact that I have some positions open for one-on-one coaching, and I've been sold out most of the year. And so I am very open and honest about what's going on the back end, and am not shy about communicating that. Does that make sense? And also, like, I've even seen people say like, hey, I got 3, or one-on-one opening left. I've seen people do that, and also they've done awesome with it. So I think like one of the things you can just give yourself some grace around is the wholesaling thing. Totally. You can totally do it, Sammy. And if you feel more comfortable, invite them on a call privately first. And also, one thing that I would say too is like, how can you position the call as a win-win for both of you? Because it is an investment of their time. And so you want to make sure that they are getting value out of the call. And that's how I structure all of my sales calls, because no matter like whether you buy from me or not, I want you to walk away knowing like your next steps to increasing the profits in your business. For you, Sammy, it might be something like, your next steps for stepping into parenting that is in alignment for you and really fulfilling for them, right? So she's a parenting coach, just in case anybody else doesn't know what she does. Offer a one-page action plan on the call. Yeah, perfect. So exactly. So you can position it more as, well, they're going to get this one-page action plan so that they know exactly what to do. And, during the coaching, what we're really going to do is implementing that, right? Like, especially if you have one-on-one, you have a huge advantage because coaching is all about implementing. It's not as much about knowledge. So you can give a lot of knowledge away, and it's like in the coaching, you're actually implementing things into their life. You can really give away a lot on these calls and in your content as well. So number 3 is, what is energy and enthusiasm around your program? So this is something I saw a lot, especially when I was coaching. When I started my business coaching side of my business, I was doing coaching only for mom entrepreneurs. And then I started getting some men through referrals who were really into wanting to help people. And I realized like, hey, my message is actually, I really want people who want to make a difference in the world and help people. So the reason I bring that up though, is because when I was coaching mom entrepreneurs, what I would find is that they had no energy, no space on their calendar, and no availability in their energy space, calendar, anything, right, to actually receive clients. And so what would happen is that they would be like banging their head against the wall because they really want a client. They are posting, 3 times a day on Facebook. They are getting out there, but the energy behind it, and when they showed up to these calls, like they're just not their full selves. And so what I want you to just be intentional about, and this is not going to be like a whole conversation on energy, because it's totally like, I've done energy work as a client, I guess, with Lindsay Landry. And it's really helped me personally. And this is not only just about energy, but it's about being aware of like, what do you truly want? Do you have space to bring on clients? Do you have space for the clients that you want, the coaching clients, group clients, whatever it is? Have you organized stuff on the back end so that you feel really good and open to bring these people in? Because when you do, you'll see that the energy aligns, and that's when the magic really starts to happen. So what I want you to do is organize your energy intentionally, show up intentionally, and do all of that's work on the back end so that it really is able to be fruitful for you. And then the other part of that is like, okay, I've worked a lot with people who have these beliefs that like, well, I don't really know if I can get my clients results. And it's a really common one among coaches. And so or different DIY service people. But one of the things I want to encourage you to do is ask yourself, is any part of me thinking or fearing that I might not be able to get somebody results? Am I, projecting like the results that I'm expecting for myself or for my client on myself, right? So like, you want to be totally unattached because you're going to show up to the calls, especially if you're a coach, right? So you're going to show up to the calls and give the information. It's up to them to implement. It's up to them to show up for their investment. And so when you communicate that in the sales process, it allows for you, number one, to get the people that are really going to do the work. And number two, really kind of clear some of that energy as well, because that's a big piece of the energy if you're having that fear. And so my coach always says to me, like, sales is just a transfer of energy. And so like, if you really think about that and you're afraid that you're not going to be able to get somebody results, you're not going to be able to transfer a good energy. And so that's why they're saying no, because they can sense that on the call. Sammy says I have a page of notes. Yeah, I tend to do that. I like really talk a lot, so I'm so sorry, guys, if you have a lot of notes. You need to rewatch this if you need to. So what I wanted to do, like, let's open it up to some Q&A, and I'm gonna give you guys so as you saw, I don't know if everybody saw, but I had a question that I asked earlier this week, like, what is the next thing you want to do in your business? It sounds like for a lot of you, what's going on is the content creation and getting that content to convert to clients. And so what I'm going to do is I've put together a 5-day challenge for us that we're going to start on the 13th. And we're really just going to walk through mapping out your content for your next promotion. And it's something that you can replicate. So you can, save the videos, save the emails that you're going to get, and replicate that in your business. So if you want to sign up for that, go to impactdrivenentrepreneur.com content that converts. I'm going to just link to it. I'll just type it up right here. That's hilarious. I totally didn't think of how complicated this URL is when I made it. Okay, so Angela says, I'm building my Facebook group. Awesome. I think I just joined it, Angela. Is it the one about productivity? I think I literally just joined her group today. Yeah, so I hope you guys, if you have any questions, by the way, like, feel free to post and ask. Even if you're watching the replay, feel free to ask any questions that might be coming up for you. And I guess I will, oh yeah, Angela said I did join. Her group is all about productivity. I just joined today. So Angela, feel free to post about your group anytime in the Facebook group. Anyone here, free invitation to post anytime that you want about your Facebook group, your blog post, your podcast, whatever it is that you're working on in your business. I want this to be our community for helping each other out and helping each other out and lifting each other up as we're building our businesses. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I will chat with you soon. Thank you, Sammy. That's so sweet. Okay, bye, guys.